Welcome to the Cinema Dash. As always, I'm Gabbs.
And I'm DeGe.
And fuck my tight asses in a brand new episode of the Cinema Dash. It's the best way to start opening by mentioning how tight your asshole is.
We are starting this season off strong, my guy.
Yes, we are.
Oh my god.
I can't wait till my family and friends hear this.
Yeah, really. Saw a movie.
Back here again. Back at you with
season
another episode.
3. We sound much more enthusiastic than we did in the season premiere. But fuck it.
Wow, this is
just the pinnacle. Guys, are we the best podcast on YouTube?
No.
Obviously, we are.
No.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
I think, with this shit.
Make you spit up my water. Holy shit.
We don't stand a chance. What, you think we're gonna win an award for this?
Dude, we're gonna get a streamy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Streamy?
We're gonna get a streamy.
Yeah, stream in the toilet.
Like, because it's podcast?
Because it's piss. Because it's straight piss.
Oh my god. Anyway. Welcome to the Cinema Dash.
Or the podcast that
welcome to the Cinema Dash. What Gabbs think is the shittiest podcast on the internet.
Welcome to the Cinema Dash, where the only way we can be related to is with straight piss.
The Cinema Dash, more like the Cinema Trash.
That's something we've been trying to figure out for a long time.
Yeah, we gotta figure out the format of that.
And whatever.
Spoiler alert, we're making another show.
Another show, because
we already have already 60 shows, but like whatever. So we saw Split.
Split, more like
Clit. I was gonna say shit, but I guess Clit's good too. But
this is a little different episode, I think, because this will be the first one that's not directly edited by us.
So
this is gonna be a little different because my brother, who I've mentioned on the show plenty of times and got facts about him incorrect multiple times. In fact, I think every time I mention my brother on the show, I've mentioned something false about him. But
Paul is just so gracious about that.
Yeah, and he's just like, he listens to the episodes right when they come out, and I thank him a lot for that.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
And like he's just like he's like, Aunt, you didn't fucking mention it correctly. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I didn't say this. I said this. And I'm like, oh,
so fucking angry.
So then I come on the next episode and I try to save it, like salvage whatever respect I have for him. So with him, he's been noticing that our audio has been kind of just fuck it. Really,
just the first one. Just the first one was fuck it.
Well, I mean,
the last couple were good.
He's been like our real probably our most critical person about our podcast. Because he mentioned you see him. It was like the first comment on our first video ever, and he already complaining like, "Oh,
fix your fucking audio,
bump up the fucking audio, you idiot!" And I'm like, "All right." But that was back when we had the phone issue with the mic, and since then it's been
and just our last episode was a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, the audio was fine, but it just sounded a bit quiet. So we're just trying to figure out the lay of the land with this microphone.
So now it's gonna be. Or we're gonna give my brother a shot and see what happens with this one.
Yeah, he's gonna give me a couple pointers on how to record better and shit.
He's gonna show us how to properly do audio editing, and then show DeGe, and then DeGe will probably show me, or my brother will show me, whatever.
Yeah.
Paul's editing this video.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about all that shit. Let's talk about.
Yeah, we only talked about it for like an hour, like a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
we saw M. Night Shyamalan's most recent directorial effort. Split.
Yeah.
And so
more like spit.
I'm gonna do that the whole episode now. Is this gonna be the running joke?
Maybe.
Is this gonna be it?
Are we even funny?
I think we're funny. Most people don't, but I think we're funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's Split. James McAvoy plays a dude with 23 different personalities, kidnaps 3 girls. And hilarity ensues.
I don't think hilarity really does.
Hilarity ensues.
It's more like it's a
horrority.
Thrilling events ensue.
Sure. When I first heard about this movie, I was like, because M. Night Shyamalan, not the greatest director around, used to be a really good director. He made a lot of really good movies.
Yeah, had some ups. Recently had a lot of downs. A lot of big downs.
I
think he's had more downs than he's had ups. I think his downs are
his downs have been rock bottom
are
now.
so big that they kind of like take down some of his ups.
I guess. I don't know. You know, he's made Sixth Sense, which is considered one of the greatest movies ever made.
He's also made Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the worst movies ever made.
I think he's one of the only directors that's made a movie that's considered one of the greatest and one of the worst movies ever made.
Never mind.
Anyway,
Because I forgot that never mind.
but you know, he's made some fantastic movies. He's made Sixth Sense. You know, he's made Signs. He's made Unbreakable.
Is Signs a good movie though?
Signs is a phenomenal movie in my opinion.
Is that the one with the aliens who like are like get are hurt by water?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Signs, but
It's Signs. It's fucking Signs.
it's Signs.
Because whenever someone talks about Signs, I was like, oh, Signs, huh? that movie.
No, I personally I really like Signs, but you know, he's made some great movies. Made a lot of bad ones, but you know, recently in 2015, he made a movie called The Visit, and you know, not many people were excited about this movie, and turned out it was pretty good. You know, I saw it. This is before we started the channel. I saw it. I really liked it, and I didn't know it was directed by M. Night Shyamalan actually. And then when I saw that it was directed by him, I was like, holy shit, he made another good. He made a good movie again. So I was kind of looking forward to. I was kind of looking forward to seeing what he was gonna do next, and this is what he did next. And yeah. Mm-hmm. So what about you, Ant?
I don't think I've ever seen an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Really?
Except for like I've never seen a whole one, should I say? Because I've seen parts of like Avatar: The Last Airbender because it's on Nickelodeon and they have to show it because it's their movie.
Of course.
And they have to give it airtime. And it's shit. And the one girl in the movie has like a penis for hair, like it's in the shape of it. Remember that meme? Yeah. No.
I've never seen.
Look it up right now.
I don't want to see.
No, look it up.
Korra's penis hair.
No, it's just No, it's not Korra. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender penis hair.
Airbender penis.
Airbender penis hair. Let's
hair.
Let's just see what kind of.
Let's look at her penis. A penis head.
What kind of comments we get? Yeah, see, look, it looks like a penis.
It's a dick.
It's a dick.
I can't believe it. I want to put this in.
Future DeGe, put it in that picture. There it is.
This dick is going in.
It's right there.
This penis is going in.
And then that's Appa.
That is Appa. But anyway, God, that looks terrible. It
is.
God awful. But anyway.
I can see the strings.
But anyway, you know, sure, he's had a pretty big rough patch.
Yeah.
But you were saying?
Yeah, I've only seen parts of his movies. Like I've said, I've seen parts of The Last Airbender. I've seen reviews for Signs online, so I feel like if I saw Signs, I know exactly what would happen because I feel like I saw it already. But like then again, it's a video on the internet and it's just a review. So I'm not really like I don't know much of Shyamalan. I know a lot of his movies. I just never seen them all or any of them. So when I saw this, I was kind of interested. And then I saw his name and I'm like. That's wow, all right. And then we saw it, and then we had a time.
We had a fun. I had a fun time. Yeah. You had a fun time. It's a fun movie.
I think we both equally enjoyed this movie.
I agree.
So
it was a fun movie. Yeah. It was fun, and we had a good time.
Yeah. It has flaws.
It's got problems.
It has flaws.
You know, it's a fun movie.
It has more ups than downs.
Absolutely.
It has its ups. Has its downs.
Yeah, like M. Night Shyamalan's career.
Like everyone's career. Except for like I don't know.
Martin Scorsese. Oh, who said that? Not me.
Michael Jordan.
Well, he's a dick.
I don't care if Michael Jordan's a dick. He's the best basketball player ever.
You sure?
Yeah. Do you even pay attention to basketball? No. So who do you think is the best? Who do you think is the best?
Barry Lurd.
Barry Lurd, as in like Larry Bird.
Who the fuck is Larry Bird? I'm talking about Barry Lurd, dude. Anyway, this movie is a dramatic return to form for M. Night Shyamalan, I think, in my opinion.
I think it's his first real big release, his first big chance at a movie since that last bad one, which whatever one it was probably Last Airbender.
Happening, and then After Earth.
After Earth was him? No way.
I swear to God, they didn't.
No, I want to see it.
They didn't put his name on it. They didn't put his name on it because nobody would have saw it. Because The Happening was terrible, and Last Airbender would have saw it. I'm dead serious. I am
After
dead
Earth
serious.
was his movie?
After Earth was M. Night Shyamalan. Boom.
What?
M. Night Shyamalan.
What?
11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Why? What
What do you mean, why?
How did they not put his name on the movie?
Because.
So I mean, they just didn't advertise it like it's like a M. Night Shyamalan.
Because they
film.
wouldn't say because nobody would have seen it. Because M. Night Shyamalan's name was like so disgraced, like nobody would have seen it.
In the words of Owen Wilson,
Wow. Martha, look at that. There's a bunch of killers out in our yard. Wow. I can't believe it. Wow. And anyway, wow. You know, M. Night Shyamalan, you know, you did it, buddy. You finally made another good movie.
Yeah, you did it. Just wow.
Just wow. I can't believe you did it. And I'm gonna talk about something in this video that is going to spoil the shit out of this movie, and I need to talk about it. So before we get into that section of the video, I am literally going to pause the video in post-production, slap on a huge spoiler sign, stop watching if you don't want to know what happens.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna move into it. I'm even gonna put it in the description. I'm gonna put it in the title of the video, and I'm gonna put it even before the video. I'm gonna be like, hey, disclaimer, this episode contains heavy spoilers for Split.
You have all the power to not watch that part of the video.
And right now, I'm saying it right now. Don't watch this video. That's it. Don't watch this video.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
You clicked the wrong video, you idiot.
I think you were looking for Chris Stuckman's review of Split, not ours. But anyway, don't watch the latter half of this video if you don't want to know what happens at the end of this movie or before the end of this movie or anything. So let's get into what we liked about this movie, shall we?
Yes.
First off, James McAvoy, damn son, you did it. You killed it. You murdered this role.
You got an Oscar-worthy performance right there.
Absolutely.
And you didn't get nominated.
I mean, he could still get nominated this year.
It's a little too late for that, don't you think?
The Split came out this year.
Yeah. Oh, you mean for the award show next year?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, for performance in 2017 to 2018. Yeah. I would like to see it. Probably won't happen, but I would like to see it.
There's a lot more movies to come out, especially in December.
Indeed.
They'll probably get kicked out before that.
But anyway, McAvoy, gives an incredible performance. One of the probably top 3 of his career, I would say. And just the way that he switches between personalities in this movie is incredibly weird and
it's
kind of disturbing, and it's very it's exactly that's perfect word I would describe it as. It's completely seamless.
Like you know exactly who he's portraying now.
Yeah, absolutely. And every single one of his personalities is unique, very fleshed out. Very apparent characteristics and traits. They even have their own motivations, which is just incredible. That's just the source of just good writing, and as well as a great performance by James McAvoy. But it kind of reminds me of this one show that I watched for a little bit called Orphan Black, where this woman would play this woman had 9 clones of herself, and she would play all the clones, and they each had their distinct personalities, motivations, and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me of that, but No, but McAvoy in this role absolutely kills it. And I know there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this movie, where it was this movie kind of demonizes people with mental health issues. It really doesn't. When you look at it at the end of the movie, really kind of explains it all as to why he's like this. But that's a different topic for a later point in this episode. But James McAvoy gives an incredible performance, I think. And yeah, that's what I have to say about that. What about you?
I think the ladies in this movie also give a pretty good performance. Even though it really focuses on the main one, and the other 2 really kind of get discarded for a part of the movie.
Literally.
Yeah. I think they all did a pretty good job.
I completely agree.
There's the only gripe I have is that 2 of them get discarded, and you don't really see them for the rest of the movie until the very end. But the main one I thought was very good. I would like to see her in more stuff. And the other two, which the one of them that we saw in Edge of 17.
Yeah, she plays Haley Steinfeld's best friend.
Yeah, and then the bitch, and then she goes back to liking her again because that movie was just wow,
Tremendous.
yeah, and like I said, they don't really give a bad. There's no bad performance there. There's no, and then the worst they give is like a decent performance, but like the one thing about like I said, it's just they get kind of like trashed. And I kind of like seen them a lot more, like because they get in the movie they get like separated off into different rooms. And, like there's the one main room that they get put into first. My phone's blowing up for whatever reason. Yeah, and then like it's like the first girl that gets put into a different room is the one from Edge of 17. So you get the one. So it's the main girl and the other friend in the room together, and then like they get dinner and like they eat a sandwich with James McAvoy. Like he's like the personality. It's like the woman. I forgot the name. It's like Patricia. Yeah, I was gonna say it was like an older woman's name. And like she hits, and like the other girl, like the not main girl, hits her with a chair and runs away. And then she gets put into another room, and it's just the main girl. And I'm like, all right, I mean, I like her. I want to see like what they're doing in the room too, and they kind of do as well more toward the end. But that's like just kind of builds suspense.
Well, I mean, like if they were to focus on what they were doing in the room, it'd kind of be kind of boring, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're in a closet, but like, I mean, like because they kind of say like oh, let's like try to figure out a way to get out of here for now,
right?
Kind of point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you could have like thought about that as soon as you got into that room.
Yeah, and had to like wait to the end of the movie to try to figure out how to get out of the room.
No, I'll wait.
Please take your time. Take your time. But yeah, no, I totally agree on you with the point that it was kind of weird that they had to like wait till the end of the movie to try to figure out how to get out of the closet. But yeah, going back to the performances, you know, the two girls, the two other main girls, the side girls, they were pretty good.
Sad bitches.
And that's
sad bitches. That's what we call them. Yeah. You know what I'm fucking talking about? I know what you're fucking talking about. I'll pick it up and you put it down, my guy. But yeah. I like this episode's fucking great.
I love this episode. This is probably one of my favorites that we've ever done. But no, yeah, I totally agree with you on the fact that they gave, but like good performances. But that's kind of like an M. Night Shyamalan like staple in his movies, where like there's always like some element of cheese to their performances. Because like if you watch The Sixth Sense,
like talking Gouda.
No, we talking fromage.
We talking fromage.
That means cheese in Italian, so fuck you. No, but
we talking about blue folk.
We talking about that blue focaccia, that gorgonzola. But there's always like an element of cheese to like M. Night Shyamalan's movies. Like even in Sixth Sense, with like Haley Joel Osment gives arguably the greatest child performance ever in a movie, or one of, obviously. But even there's kind of like an element of like a cheese factor, like the I see dead people thing. Like this got a little cheesy. It's very effective, but still kind of cheesy. I think even in Signs,
for its time, it's effective. But
oh yeah, absolutely. As it aged, you got a little bit cheesy. But like it's just an M. Night Shyamalan thing. There's always like an element of cheese to all the character performances.
You know what? But like a good cheese with age, it gets better.
Damn straight.
You sad bitches. Yeah. I can't wait till Paul gets to hear all this.
Right? Oh, I can't wait till our audience gets to hear all this.
No, but Paul's the first one.
I can't wait to lose that many subscribers. Yeah. There's always like a little element of cheese with like every performance in M. Night Shyamalan movies. But yeah, Anya Taylor Johnson or Joy, I want to say. I forgot what her last name is. She was great in this movie. I first heard about her when she was in one of my favorite movies of last year, The Witch. She was the main character in that, and I loved her in that movie. I thought she was phenomenal, and I liked her. I really liked her in this movie as well. She's definitely got like a scream queen kind of thing going for her, like Maika Monroe did with It Follows, and that's kind of like waning off, which is kind of unfortunate because I think Maika Monroe is phenomenal, is a great actress. But different story, different video. But you know, she's definitely got a promising career ahead of her. Same with Haley Lou Richardson, who plays one of the other friends. You know, she was in one of our favorite movies of last year, Edge of 17, and she was pretty okay in this movie. The other girl was pretty okay as well.
Like I said, there's no like bad performance. There's just like a very decent performance.
Yeah. But James McAvoy, steals the show. Like obviously, he's phenomenal in this movie. And Betty Buckley was actually pretty good too. She had some corny lines, some corny dialogue with some other characters as well. But for the most part, I think she really sells the role of like a therapist trying to help David or Kevin. Kevin. Trying to help Kevin. We fucking forgot Kevin.
Honey, what are you talking about?
Kevin's in the fucking house.
Holy shit, we forgot Kevin. What happened, Ma? We fucking forgot Kevin back home. You mean he's home alone? He's alone? You just see Kevin just like... Shit.
There's like 30 discarded tissue paper like on the floor.
like he just like focuses like this. The one shot is just like
it's like a tracking shot of like all the towels.
Tissues, like all the
one
tissues.
just falls in the bag. Hey, I got you.
He's just like his hand just falls in the bed. He's like. Oh.
And he wakes up and he can't move his hand.
His arm's like fucking jammed. Robert's just coming to the house. He's like, "Oh, sorry,
excuse me.
You want to get some help there, little boy?"
Little boy. Oh, Jesus Christ!
But the movie gets real dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
but yeah,
to get back on track.
Yeah, the performance is very good. Another thing that I really liked in this movie was the sound design, actually, which really caught my attention. The mixing is very, very good. You could really like David. I don't know why I keep calling him David. Kevin's like, whenever Kevin like screams in this movie,
they're just generic white boy names.
Yeah, white boy.
Yeah, white boy.
Boy. Just like whenever Kevin screams,
You're going to say David. You're going to say David.
About to say David. Whenever Kevin screams, it's like very accentuated and very loud, and it like kind of startles you, really.
Like in Home Alone.
When it does the aftershave shit, yeah. Guys, The Split is the sequel to Home Alone. Like, I don't know the fuck
it's a true sequel, not Home Alone 2, Boston, New York.
Dude, fuck that.
It's this is Split.
No, but the sound mixing in this movie is phenomenal. Every single creak, every single like tap on the wall is just very accentuated, and it really makes for a really great atmosphere that this movie conveys. One thing that I was really kind of not annoyed with, but like I was expecting better, was the cinematography. It was kind of bland at points. Like it was very washed out, very colorless.
I mean, like,
but then again, they're in a bunker. There's not much you can do with it. But for what they did, actually, was pretty cool. But it's not like 10 Cloverfield Lane, where like they had like very exciting shots with that movie.
Let's not talk about that fucking movie.
You gave it like a 5, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Look, it's not a good movie. It's not even a bad movie. It's just a terrible movie.
Terrible's worse than bad.
It's
what
not.
The fuck are you talking
it's
about?
not good.
It's not a good movie, but it's not a bad movie.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's even worse.
Fuck you. Yeah, a 5 is apparently a terrible movie now. Yeah. But okay, I guess we're categorizing that in the same vein as Batman v Superman. But that's fine.
That's a straight negative, like 90.
All right, fine, whatever. Fine. But anyway. But for what they did do, there was actually some very nice shots in this movie. Like there's one shot of Casey, who was played by Anya Taylor-Johnson. She's running down the hallway, and like the lights are like she's like silhouetted by the lights and stuff like that. That was a very nice shot. This movie's actually shot by the same cinematographer that did It Follows. And It Follows, I think, is a miles ahead movie, and in terms of just quality of movie and cinematography. It's just streets ahead of this movie, but still, there's a lot of It Follows influence in this movie. Not so much with like the '80s vibe that It Follows had, but so much as in like the camera movements, how the movie looks in general.
I think the first shot in It Follows is better than any shot in this movie.
What, of an open street?
No, the opening shot of It Follows is the girl running from It. And in this movie,
the one take.
Yeah, the one take.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, one thing that I actually really did like about this movie is that it got right into it.
Yeah.
As soon as the movie started, got right into it.
That kind of caught me off guard.
And really, same here.
Yeah,
I was completely off guard.
I was like, oh shit, they're really.
I was like, dude, Kevin, our friend Kevin. Oh shit! Our friend Kevin on Discord just texted us.
And it just says
one sex boss.
and then our other friend Jake just said sauce.
Sauce.
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know the context of that, but I guess that's what it is now. But anyway,
so if they're watching this, you can explain that to us later.
But yeah, I love how it got right into the action. Like the movie immediately opens up with them getting kidnapped. Like it was amazing. I was a really big fan of that. No like stupid plot setup shit, nothing like that. Just right in there.
He's like, getting
right in
He's like,
there.
I need to go home with you guys because my dad's car broke down.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. He's like fucking chloroforms. Fucking date raped them.
I know.
You think he did anything?
No, he didn't rape them. No, remember he wasn't allowed to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One of his personalities wouldn't let him.
What if it was like the other personality who was like into that kind of shit? Like what if it was like Steve?
Steve the rapist.
Steve the rapist.
Okay.
He's like, let me see that boy pussy.
Oh, God, they're all girls, so just regular pussy.
Oh.
But yeah.
Steve also doesn't know. Steve also doesn't know the difference between boys and girls.
Steve the rapist who doesn't know the difference between boys and girls.
That's gonna be a character.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, so it just gets right into
so
the
stupid.
No, I love it.
It's
phenomenal.
Like as a rapist, don't you know? Like the one thing you should know is the difference between a boy and a girl. Like if you like that one particular, like if you have no preference,
I can just
by all
imagine like
means,
him
go.
just like forgetting.
Yeah.
So like he takes down like the person's pants and he's just like, shit.
Like, do I put this in me?
What do I do? What do I do?
It's like, are you gonna like rape me? And I'm like,
I don't know. Just give me a fucking second,
Give me like 5 minutes to think of this.
But yeah, you know, gets right into the action. Super into that. The editing in this movie is actually very good as well. I think one of the best parts about this movie is the editing. You know, actually a lot more longer takes than I was expecting. I was expecting this to be like a very like quick cut type movie. But like a lot of the action was just allowed to unfold in front of the camera.
The one part where I think the editing really succeeds is during like the between the one conversations, especially with like the psychiatrist and Kevin.
Oh yeah.
Those really are like the highlights when it comes to just the dialogue in the movie, which is also really good.
Yeah.
And in the editing.
And just the tension that you feel in between them.
It's kind of like a ping pong tournament.
Yeah,
it's like very back and forth. I just fuck tennis because ping pong is so much better.
Accurate. I completely agree.
It's so much easier and fucking like everyone loves ping pong anyway. Yeah. Why did I mention that? That just kind of came out of my mouth.
Just don't worry about it. Let's go.
It came in my head.
Word vomit. Let's go.
Toe jam.
Toe jam football.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, I totally agree with you on the fact that it was like a ping pong match. It was just very, very back and forth. And I definitely do think the editing succeeded there because not only was it just a quick conversation, but it also built up so much tension ever since, even from the first sit down, like, because Kevin's other personalities email his therapist throughout the movie trying to like send help and shit like that, like a call for help type thing. And as every single meeting happens, more and more just unease and tension build up until it finally culminates with the ending of this movie. And you know, it's just great the way they edit. And yeah.
The comic relief too is also really good in the movie.
Yeah, there actually was a lot of funny moments. I wasn't expecting that. There was a decent amount of funny moments, mostly coming from James McAvoy's personality with the kid. Fuck, it starts with a W. Hedwig. Fucking W. Hedwig.
I thought it would start with an H. I was gonna say Hector, and I realized it was gonna be like some old white guy name.
Yeah, Hedwig.
Because I also was thinking like Winston or like I said Hector or Reginald.
No, but yeah, Hedwig. And you know he was great as the kid too. And it's just a lot of comic relief came from him and stuff.
The one part where I thought that kind of surprised me was when he walked toward the girl for the first time. He was like kind of doing that weird crouch walk and he was kind of like waddling like a penguin.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was.
I feel like that was improv too.
I feel like he was going to do that the whole time as the personality of Hedwig. And he just started kind of walking around like a normal like any other one of his personalities. Like he was stood up right and like walked around instead of like crouch walk.
One of the
because he was 9, so I would think like he would like try to like he's like a
Be
9-year-old
like a
kid.
9-year-old, yeah. Like same height and everything.
Yeah.
One of the best parts of this movie, I think, was the spoiler, by the way. One of the best parts of this movie was when he was like, "Can I kiss you?" And then like she kisses him on the cheek and shit like that. And he's like,
This isn't a spoiler.
You might be pregnant. Like, that shit. I mean, it's in stitches. That was great.
Even the Shyamalan cameo.
I thought the Shyamalan cameo was actually quite understated and pretty good in this movie. Unlike his other movies where he plays like a fucking main character, which is stupid as shit. Signs. Like in this one, it was very understated. It was very good. A lot of really good dialogue in that scene.
He's just like some security guy. He's like
some rotund security guy who's like, "Oh, I just went to Hooters for some wings," and she was like, "Oh, you pig." It was just like a back and forth between him and her and the
and it was like, yeah, you go to the fucking look at the fake breasts, and I'm like,
yeah,
and the good food, and the good food. The wings are good.
It was pretty good. But I remember you and me were just like, "Oh, fuck off!" Like when you got that
like
screen,
Jesus Christ,
like come on. Like
my one favorite part in the movie that wasn't even like an actual part of the movie was and this is an actual spoiler, but someone like I'm gonna like keep this as vague as possible. But like when that first like death scene happens, when the first person gets bear hugged, and like I was like nice, and you and the people behind us were laughing at that. I was like nice.
He just
it's like
nice.
And I was like nice. People behind us like
people behind us started laughing. That was really funny. But yeah. I mean,
I feel like
that's honestly all I have to say about the good in this movie. Editing, performances,
dialogue,
absolutely
relief.
dialogue, comic relief. A lot of positives in this movie. And when it comes to negatives,
they're very. I think there's like one or two major ones really. I think for me.
Why don't you start off then?
Okay. The first and foremost, I think this movie drags in parts.
Yeah, especially near the ending. The ending, I
Yeah.
think, was a little too long in my opinion.
I think like I just like there are parts in between like him going to the therapist as the one guy, as like the fashion guy.
Yes.
I forgot what his name was. Was that Ken?
Barry.
Barry, that's it, Barry. The one parts where he's like the in between parts of him like if it doesn't I think the best way I can say it, if it was like if it didn't have McAvoy or any of the girls in it, that's like when the movie really drags. Because I think when like the psychiatrist while she did do a good job, like her scenes weren't really that interesting because it was really just her trying to like figure out what's going on, or if anything is actually going on.
Mm-hmm. And there was the one part where she has like the speech at like the convention.
Yeah.
Like that was like I understand why that was in the movie, and I do think it was a necessary part of the movie. I feel like it should have just been a little bit shorter and stuff like that. And also when it comes to one thing that I have, like, while I thought the editing again was great, there was one thing that really kind of, it just when they do flashbacks, I think the flashbacks were just a little bit out of place. Not all of them, but like how they went to flashbacks was a little bit jarring.
Yeah,
I would say. I feel like it could have been set up just a little bit better, but the flashbacks were phenomenal. The one flashback is fucking disgusting. But and I'm surprised they put that in a PG-13 movie. Speaking of which, this is a PG-13 movie, and it got away with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it got away with a lot of shit, but
well, the one thing that did get away with, which is it's allowed, is they say fuck once.
oh, it even cut it off.
Yeah.
Remember?
But
Yeah.
it was supposed to say motherfucker, but just in motherfuck. But I think motherfucker has a different like connotation or something because like it involves sex and whatever and. 13-year-olds aren't supposed to say that shit, but they go to sex ed anyway.
Yeah.
So,
but I just think that the flashbacks were just a tad bit jarring, while effective, just a little bit jarring when they got into the actual flashback. And my one main problem with this movie is the ending. Not in terms of the content that's in the movie, but the length and the pacing of it. I feel like while James McAvoy is the Beast. Whatever, this is the part in which I'm going to put the spoiler tag on. But while James McAvoy is the Beast, they build up this thing so much, and then we kind of like only get like a small glimpse of what he could do.
It's not. It's like, and this is kind of like where my other main problem goes into effect. When it does try to be suspenseful, like it sometimes there are parts where it really works, and then there are parts where it just kind of like was like a dud.
Yeah.
Like when he's like going through the process, like, oh, he's gonna become the Beast soon. All right, here he goes. And they're also trying to get out of the closets at the same time. Like there wasn't really any suspense for me.
Yeah, and some of the transitions between comic relief and tension, like, didn't really work all that well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely with the ending, I think is where it becomes apparent the most because, fuck, just touched my glasses. But is where it becomes apparent the most. Is the fact that they spent this whole movie hyping it up and shit. Like, he's the Beast.
Like, here we go.
Here we go.
He's the Beast.
He's gonna be the Beast.
He's gonna kill.
He's gonna kill everybody.
He's gonna eat them. He's gonna do whatever.
And like, it's all of the things he does is mostly just implied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we never actually get to see what he does, except for the one murder.
Granted, it's also a PG-13 movie, so
Yeah,
if
I
we
mean,
would have definitely seen it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're barred behind the rating.
Which, by the way, like, if there was an rated R cut of this movie, I would see it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, you know, just him being the Beast was just not disappointing. Just I feel like it could have been handled a bit better. And now I want to get into the ending. Is that all you have to say about the bad?
Like if he was the Beast before, like before the movie happened, and like we were like shown like stuff that he like did, because like I feel like if we saw the fact that he was the Beast already, granted it would have changed the movie story entirely. But like
yes.
But like if he had been like this the Beast before,
yes,
and like it was like shown to us like how like ruthless he can possibly be, it would have been more effective. Not only would that affect the story and the rating of the movie as well, but like I felt like it was kind of necessary.
Yeah. But yeah, now I want to get into the actual ending of the movie because the ending of the movie is the best part.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion.
Well, for you, a person who's seen other Shyamalan movies, I think it's
yeah. So, a little background is this is the part where, well, I mentioned spoilers before, but this is the actual part in which I'm going to put this spoiler.
Yeah, editing D, just the part where you're going to put all the tags and shit.
Yes.
So go crazy.
If you want to see Split, turn this video off.
You know, let's just do the ratings right now.
What?
Let's just do the rating right now. And
yeah, I'm going to give Split a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah. So you're going to give it...
I have 7.5 dissociative personalities out of 10 personalities.
So you're going to split the difference between 7 and 8 and just do a 7.5 out of 10.
Yes, I'm going to split the god.
Yeah, I'll give this movie... I'm going to give this movie... What I'm going to do is... I'm gonna point a shotgun at my creepy uncle 7 times out of 10.
Shut the fuck.
Granted, if I had a creepy uncle that existed, which I don't, yeah. What's another one? I would have seven half naked girls trapped in the closet out of 10.
What is this, an R. Kelly music video? Trapped in a closet.
No, it's just one of my very strange fantasies.
One of your kinks.
Yeah, one of my kinks having exactly 7 teenagers half naked in closets. Do what you will with that one.
All right.
One more normal one. Before I sound
before I fucking kill myself.
Yeah, before I sound like a weirdo. Which I already am, but
doesn't sound like a weirdo already.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
I might be put on some list somewhere. I would go to the zoo 7 out of 10 times.
Hey, there you go.
I would see the animals 7 out of 10 times.
The aminals,
the tigers, the lions,
yes,
the beasts.
So
go ahead.
I got it. So I want to talk about one thing in this movie that I think is arguably, all right, so like everybody talks about, M. Night Shyamalan, he's the twist guy. He's the twist director. He's the one who pulls off the wackiest, craziest twists. And in this one, I think he's pulled off his greatest twist yet, in my opinion. Because because this twist has nothing to do with the movie itself. Well, it obviously has something to do with the movie, but not in terms of like how the story unfolds or like content-wise. But because it completely, it's just, all right. It like completely just redefines what the movie is. So in 2001, M. Night Shyamalan released a movie called Unbreakable, which is a great movie. And the reason it's so great is because it's a superhero movie about normal people. because in superhero movies, you know, you see like, oh god, like I'm a very attractive, muscular man.
Oh, look at me. I'm Chris Evans. Look at my pecs. Also, look at Scarlett Johansson's butt.
Yeah.
Really
So like,
that bad guy's
they're
ass.
like over the top super villains and shit. Like people from space.
I'm gonna sabotage Shield and do all that shit.
Yeah, and shit like that.
Like, oh, you're
it's
not gonna do that to my Shield, even though it's still technically fucked up.
But like, yeah, it's like all about these like a very attractive people fighting crime and doing shit and like backflips and lasers and people from space and Infinity Stones and shit. And that's all fine and dandy.
And
like we love we love Marvel movies here at the Cinema Dash.
Yeah, we love them.
We love them. But
DC, go fuck yourself.
But Unbreakable was completely different because it was about a normal dude who just has these powers, who doesn't want anything to do with fighting crime or anything, and he just goes about his day as this guy tries to torment him and figure out how he can get his powers. He's just a normal guy. He's not attractive. He's just a regular dude. So, in this movie, James McAvoy has all of these personalities, and later at the end of the movie, they refer to him as the Horde. And after the credits roll, or as the credits are rolling, it's like a mid-credit scene. There's a shot of this diner where they're all sitting, and there's a news report, and you find out, you know, James McAvoy is on the run. The public is calling him the Horde and shit. Everybody knows about him, and it's like zooming in on the TV, and it's like a tracking shot, and then it zooms in on the TV, and it's like we've seen this type of like. So these type of powers before 15 years ago when a man was bound to a wheelchair. And I automatically got thinking like, wait a minute, 2001 was roughly 15 years ago, and this man that was bound to a wheelchair was Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable. He's Mr. Glass. And immediately after it says 15 years ago a man was bound to a wheelchair, the fucking Unbreakable theme starts playing, and Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable is sitting in the goddamn diner, and he's just chilling there.
Also, someone literally just spells it all out, too.
What do you mean?
Like the lady who was just like, oh yeah, I remember those events 15 years ago when that guy that was bound in a wheelchair did all that shit.
Well, that was the news report.
I know. No, like the lady was like kind of just repeated it again, just like there's a point across yet? Is it from here to there?
You didn't get it.
Did it get to point A to point B yet?
Yeah. But yeah, and then Bruce Willis, the main character of Unbreakable, is just sitting there.
You're
and
gonna say
like,
Bruce Campbell.
No, I said Bruce Willis.
You're gonna say. I thought you just said you were gonna say Bruce Campbell out of there for real quick.
No, you
There's clearly nothing recorded here.
But yeah, Bruce Willis is main character from Unbreakable, sitting there, and he's like, oh man, he's like, now he's got to deal with all this shit again. So this movie's a sequel to Unbreakable, and it's like,
I don't want to say it's a. I mean, granted, I never seen Unbreakable, but like I feel like it's like a side story. It's kind of like what Deadpool was to X-Men. Yes, they do take place in the same universe.
Well, see, like that's the thing though. Like Unbreakable has a clear and definitive ending.
Yeah.
So like this kind of does act as a sequel to Unbreakable because like now David Dunn's got a reason to come out of hiding.
I feel like it's like Unbreakable 1.5.
Alright, like, whatever. But anyway, it's Unbreakable, and what's even better is that the poster from Unbreakable and the poster for Split, if you put them right next to each other, they line up. They line the fuck up. And it's great. M. Night Shyamalan has pulled off, I think, his second best twist next to Bruce Campple.
There you go.
Now I said it. There's your evidence.
He said it.
Next to Bruce Willis in Sixth Sense. If you know, I'm not gonna spoil that, but if you haven't seen Sixth Sense, what the fuck are you doing?
I think everyone knows that twist though.
Yeah, you know, Bruce Willis is actually dead. But if you haven't seen that movie, fucking what's wrong with you? Like, watch that goddamn movie.
Hey.
Fuck is wrong with you? Ain't watched the movie. But anyway, you know, Split, solid flick. Having it be Unbreakable 1.5 really put everything into perspective, and that's what I wanted to mention before about like the whole controversy. That's the thing. Like he's a supervillain. That's his power. He has like
controversy.
That like people are like, oh, you should boycott this movie because it makes mental health people scary and shit.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you. But like with the ending of this movie, your argument's already invalid because he's a fucking supervillain. There's no argument there now.
Oh, shut up. That's fucking stupid.
That's seriously.
Get the hell out of my
so
face
annoyed.
with that
I'm so
shit.
annoyed about that. Oh, and also I want to mention a quick thing. When James McAvoy is the Beast.
If you want to get mad at a movie, get mad at a dog's purpose because they threw a dog in the water.
Yeah, really. There's no reason to get angry over this movie.
This is an actor. He's not like making fun of disabled people.
Yeah, really.
Like, dude, look at me. I have autism. Oh, look at me. No, he's not doing that.
I think I'm gonna have to cut that out. But anyway, one thing I wanted to mention.
He's
before
not like,
we
yeah, I have
end the
autism. I'm
episode.
stupid. But no, that's not what he's like. It's just
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
If anything, I think it's actually kind of an accurate portrayal. I've seen people say it's an accurate portrayal of people with dissociative identity disorder. So whatever. Fuck you if you think this movie's stupid.
If people are agreeing with that, then like, yeah, it's accurate and I'm not offended. Then fucking stop.
Dude, stop. But anyway.
Yeah, it's 2017 and everyone has like paper thin skin, but you know, fuck you.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention before we end this review is the part where James McAvoy is like, the whole sequence when James McAvoy is chasing Casey throughout the hallway was excellent. Excellent. He's like knocking out all the lights and shit, and then he like breaks the bars, like starts like opening the bars and shit. That was incredible. I just wanted to say that. Everybody, that's it. Split. Great. Not great, but a pretty good movie. Hopefully we get a third Unbreakable film. That'd be phenomenal.
Yeah,
Where we see Bruce Willis versus James McAvoy versus Samuel L. Jackson. That'd be tight. Hey, whatever. One could hope. He says he wants to do it. He says he's totally down for it. M. Night Shyamalan. He's totally down for it.
Yeah, and then
Me too.
And then they could all be dead anyway, and then it could be a sequel to Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
You're like, what? They're all dead?
Yeah, and now it's the M. Night Shyamalan cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Speaking of cinematic universes, we're gonna make a video about.
Do you want to announce this?
I want to make a video one day about an idea I had, and I think is the only idea. I think it's the only unique idea. Like, I've had unique ideas before.
All right, so our series Feats of Feature Films.
Yeah, I think one of the installments that's coming to it is one of my unique ideas. And like I said, I've had unique ideas before, like with my fan fiction. But that's a story for another day. It's
you realize that's on video right now. Like you've recorded yourself saying, "Oh, I have unique ideas, like my fan fiction."
It's the only one of its kind, therefore it is unique.
Okay.
It's OC. Don't fucking
see.
Anyway,
put it on Wattpad. What are you gonna do about it?
DeviantArt?
DeviantArt.
Or is that
no? I think it's just Wattpad.
Is it just fanfiction.net or something?
Probably. I don't know.
It's like 5,000 of them, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, my unique idea is that I was thinking, this is one of my shower thoughts because I think about this person while I'm taking a shower. Adam Sandler has a lot of movies, and
yeah, he does.
He has a lot of good movies. He has a lot of decent movies. He's got a lot of bad movies. He's got a lot of fucking bad movies. Let me tell you. So as I'm taking a shower, I'm thinking about this for whatever God knows what reason. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there's going to be a DC Cinematic Universe because everyone wanted that.
Yeah, everybody did want that. It just turned out to be shit.
Yeah, because everyone wants it to continue now. And then now you have the M. Night Shyamalan universe, Cinematic Universe, and I'm pretty sure there's like another one that I'm forgetting. Like there's a Quentin Tarantino one because apparently that's all wrapped up into.
No, it is.
So,
yeah.
And the only other person that I think has enough movies to their credit that doesn't technically have a cinematic universe is Adam Sandler. So the Adam Sandler Cinematic Universe is a feature film that I want to talk about because there are two movies that I realized actually have characters that are shared.
Which ones?
I think Caddyshack is it? No, not Caddyshack.
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore, yeah. And I think Little Nicky is it? And it might be because you know the black guy who lost his hand who teaches Happy how to golf.
Yeah.
Apparently he's also in heaven in Little Dicky or Little Nicky or whatever it is.
Little Dicky,
yeah.
Rapper.
Yeah. Shout out to you, my boy. I never listen to your music anyway. Yeah. So and it's like they share the characters, but I want to know how deep this actually goes. That requires me to watch all those Adam Sandler movies, which I don't want to, which I really don't want to, but for the sake of the video, I think I have to.
Hey, but we could also do cinema trashes on them.
We also could do that, but we also need to figure out a goddamn format for that.
Yeah, we do.
Because what we had so far was basically the same thing, but just the opposite. We were just talking,
ragging on Teen Witch, but like with no format.
Yeah.
I still want to do it. I still want to rag on Teen Witch because I fucking love that movie. But whatever.
It's like that's one of the movies that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking love that movie. But anyway,
yes.
Adam Sandler Cinematic Universe.
That's a video coming up soon.
Yeah. So again, at the end of every episode, we got our announcements. Look forward to our X-Men series.
Yeah.
We're gonna be starting that up really soon. So with Logan coming out in actually a month from today.
I feel like we should just do the ones that focus on him. Granted, it's only 2 movies, and you only have a month to do all the other ones.
All right, I guess we could just do Origins Wolverine and then the Wolverine.
And then eventually we can do the other ones.
Yeah, we can do that. So yeah,
I feel like it'd just be easier because we tried to do that before with the Halloween movies, and we only did half of them.
Oh, that was mostly my fault.
Yeah.
But
it's my fault too because I could have done something.
Whatever. This year I'm gonna actually stick to it because I have an idea. Actually,
this year you're gonna be in Italy.
Oh yeah, change of plans. I'm actually gonna be in London.
Now you're in London.
So actually not really change of plans, but whatever. I'm still gonna be across the fucking Atlantic, but whatever.
You'll cross the river.
I'm gonna be across the river, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's fucking what? It's 8 months away. Whatever. But hey.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? Am I right? But anyway, look forward to X-Men series. Look forward to the Adam Sandler Cinematic Universe series. Look forward to some more Feats of Feature Films episodes. I got some written that I'm gonna start working on. Mm-hmm. Look forward to those new ass intros that are gonna be implemented sometime within the season. Don't know when. Still working on them. Whatever. Look forward to our next movie review that we watch. I don't fucking know what we're gonna do next. We have our schedule, but whatever. And just look forward.
Whatever we have time for.
And look forward to Gabbs' one-off that he's gonna be putting up soon.
I remember in the last video I said I was gonna have it by the weekend. That still hasn't happened. Mainly because, God damn, you know what? You want to know my fucking schedule? I'll tell you my fucking schedule.
I don't.
You don't even know my fucking schedule.
You're a busy guy. Let's just keep it at that.
Yeah, let's just say that I barely have time to do this. And right now,
hey man, put it up when it's ready. We're not in a rush here. We're
it's ready.
Channel.
Like literally, all I have to do is just put the fucking intro and outro on, export it, and then that's it. And I keep making goddamn excuses as to like I'll go back to my dorm and be like,
I'll do it for you.
I'll go back to my dorm and I'll be like, I could do that. I can also watch Louie again. And I can go back I got no work to do. I guess I could
watch Louie.
I guess I could edit that video. Oh wait a minute, no. Overwatch released the Year of the Rooster event.
Hey,
I can work that out.
I can edit this video. Jacking off seems pretty good right now.
No, you know what? That's the one thing I don't do in my dorm. I don't jack off.
Yeah, that's right. You don't jack off in your
because
dorm.
I have 5 other roommates.
Yeah, because
so it's fucking weird.
We needed to know that.
Yeah.
But anyway. I think it's a good place to end this episode.
Yes, I don't jack off in my dorm.
All right. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun recording this.
This is one of our best.
This is one of our best episodes, hands down. At least in our opinion. To you guys, it's probably one of our shittiest. But hey, thanks so much for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Have a good week.
I'm DeGe.
I'm Gabbs,
and this is what our outro looks like.
Yeah.